West Windsor is right next door to Princeton, and so we definitely are part of that greater Princeton area community, but we have our own unique identity as well.
Part of that identity comes from an event that never happened, the landing of Martians in Grover's Mill, a community in West Windsor immortalized in the famous War of the Worlds radio play by Orson Welles.
It sounded like an actual news broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just been informed that we have finally established communication with an eyewitness of the tragedy. Professor Pearson has been located at a farmhouse near Grover's Mill, where he has established an emergency observation post. The next voice you hear will be that of Professor Pearson, brought to you by direct wire. Professor Pearson.
Of the creatures in the rocket cylinder at Grover's Mill, I can give you no authoritative information, either as to their nature, their origin, or their purposes here on Earth.
My husband was always infatuated with War of the Worlds, and it was literally like this idea, this light bulb just went off, and we're like, that's it, it's Grover's Mill Coffee, and we're going to tie it into the community. And so our mission right now is to just make sure that no one forgets this event that never happened, but it's one of the most important events that ever didn't happen.
The whole town joined in for the 80th anniversary of the Martian invasion. The West Windsor Arts Council even commissioned some new art.
We have a 12-foot sculpture by Eric Schultz. He's a New Jersey-based sculptor using found objects.
Found objects are easy to find. They're everywhere. They're on the side of the road. They're in the trash. They're in my garage. They're in a lot of people's garage. I kind of went through my studio and looked at things that I thought were alien-esque. Because what does an alien look like? You know, I had to really think about that because there's a lot of information on that. So,
all my friends are metal.
The main eye was kind of the Overwatch, you know, that there's something up in space that's the big ship that they're watching through that, and the small face is really for whatever is actually happening on the surface, and they communicate to each other, sort of.
Scout Ship by Eric Schultz is just the first alien art object created as part of the Martian Art Project.
The Martian Project is an ongoing project that we're kicking off this year, and it's going to be a public art initiative and to populate the greater West Windsor community with sculptures inspired by the local history.
We know now that in the early years of the 20th century, this world was being watched closely by intelligences greater than man's.